So the first pepper spray that we'll go over today is the Mace. Now Mace has the brand recognition where it's been around for about 50 years. It is essentially, Mace is to pepper spray what Pampers is to diapers. This particular one does come with a hand strap. It's a running strap, so you can just slide your hand in like so. It gives a better grip, but also if you're walking the stroller or pushing the stroller with the kiddos, and just makes for a better grip. It will not come off, as you can, it's not going to come off. It is adjustable with this Velcro here. And then for deploying it or to use it, you have this flip top. So you're just going to push it up, and then you'll press this button, which will disperse the spray. Now the spray is made of aliocerin capsicum, which essentially it's a derivative from peppers. So nice little tobacco spray or hot sauce for you. Now it will go about 12 feet, and so it's not as quite that give me 50 feet vibe, but it is enough to give you separation from the bad guy. And the effects will last for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it also deploys a UV dye, so it helps the cops identify the bad guy. So yeah, so that's for the Mace option. Next, we'll go over some of the Saber options here. Now, Saber is another well-known brand. Been around for about another 40, 50 years as well. This particular one is a spray, and as you can see, it has a different top. Now, all of these are going to be made with that OC spray. So it helps with the burnings and to make the bad guy not feel so good. Anyways, for this one, you're going to just push this lever over as so, which then gives it the space to where you can then press it down and disperse the pepper spray. Now, one thing to keep in mind with these pepper sprays is for this one and the Mace in particular, it does come out as a spray. So it does have the potential for blowback, where you can spray the bad guy and it may get back on you and leaving you crying. So just make sure you're mindful on windy days. If you're going to be taking this one out, might want a different option. This one does come with a quick release clip here, so it goes to the bottom. Now it does make it kind of long once you put on a purse or baby bag or something, but it helps to where you simply just press this in and then pull. Quick release, but the more practice you get. And just pull so like that. And so you have that option. And next up from Saber, we have the 3-in-1 Defense. By the way, this is not sponsored at all. I used my own crumbs, mom strength. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Push this over here to the side. Now, what I like about this one is a nice little combo. Cute pink. That over there. Similar release or same release as the prior one. You're just going to push this over. It then provides that little gap where you'll then press down, and that's where you have now the spray that will come from here. Again, another spray, but it does include, it's a 3-in-1 formula. Essentially, it's going to have the dye and the OC spray or the pepper spray like the prior, but it's also going to include tear gas. So if it's on that windy day, just be mindful, because you don't want that to come back to you. All right, and it has another cute little quick release. Boom. But again, we'll make it a little long when attaching it to your purse or fanny pack, or how I put it is on the baby bag. Put that over to the side. And next we will have the pepper gel and practice spray. So you'll notice this is the first gel that we've discussed today. Again, sheesh, chow. Another, oh yeah, mom strength. Booyakasha. And with that, just put this over here to the side. Cool. So this one is a nice little double pack. This one is a gel, so this is going to minimize the potential of blowback. So you're going to spray, and if it's a windy day or you're indoors, this is a safer option because it's less likely to come back to you. Again, this is a different type of top that we've seen so far, or similar to the Mace. It flips open, you can fit your finger in there, press it down. I will say this has a little more restraint or resistance than the Mace, so want to be mindful. If you have like a 3-year-old around, they can likely just push this up, so still keep it in a safe place. This one you're able to get 25 bursts out of, so they last about 3 to 10 seconds that you can hold it down, and this will go about 12 feet. So again, you're creating some of that separation from the bad guy, and again has the UV. Now, what I like about this particular setup is that it comes with a practice one, right? So the practice. And why is that important? Well, with any tool from mace to hand-to-hand combat to firearms, it requires practice to be able to use the tool under stress. So in this particular case, with the gel one, because it is more of a stream, it does require a bit more aim to hit the person in the face. And you always want to go right to left, kind of back and forth from ear to ear for that person or towards the bad guy. This is cool because this is just water. And obviously, it's very much obvious which one is, black, blue. The black one is the real deal, while as the blue is the water variant of it. So this is just for practice. You can do it inside or outside. My suggestion is you start off maybe inside or just with a stationary target to make sure you can hit the target. Practice how you're going to hold it, that you're easily getting through, pressing down. Another good idea, right? Because a lot of times we're out by ourselves with the kiddos. You want to make sure that you are under some type of distress while practicing. That way it gives you a little bit more real world, right? Bad guy's not going to wait for the kids to go to sleep, and they're not going to wait for, the kids to be on their best behavior. There might be a toddler throwing a tantrum. There might be kids crying, TV on. So you can do that in the house, practice with all these things going on. And, worst case scenario, if you happen to hit one of the kids with this, it's water. The kids and I will laugh at that, but still be careful. But it is very much handy. And last we have up is the pom-pom. Just move that up here, or palm. Yeah, that one's a bit easier to get out. This one, similar, same thing. This one actually has the most resistance in getting my finger under there in the least amount of space. So this might be, maybe a little bit more comfortable with this one around the kiddos if you were having to leave it somewhere. But at any rate, always want to practice safety first. This one is also a spray. So mindful of those windy conditions, you're going to get about 24 bursts out of this one, and it goes about 10 to 12 feet and can last up. Now, this one can last up to 45 minutes on your perpetrator. So that is the good news. It does have a clip. I've used this one or similar one to this on my leggings while going for a walk, and it did not move. So it's very much comfortable. Kind of forget it's even there, but it's nice to have. Plus, it has this cute little different colors. Also, they do have different attachments, so you can do the clip, or they have a snap one, or like a keychain option. But this one would be best for like in your pocket, on a belt, or like I said, with the leggings up by the waist. So that is for the pepper sprays. Now here, lastly, we have the personal alarms. First one we'll discuss is the Saber alarm. For this one, it's the bulkier of the two, but it does have a light. You press the button and it's on. Well, it is bright enough, but it'll only help to find something close, maybe something in close proximity to you. It's not going to go down the hallway by any means. To activate the alarm, you would pull this pin here. Kiddos currently asleep, so I'm not going to do it right now, but it does not detach. You'll just simply pull it up, give it a nice little tug, and that alarm will go off. Now the speaker is here. Be mindful, because just like with this one or any other one, you cover the speaker and it's going to significantly reduce the loudness of this. So it does have it's as loud as 130 decibels. So to give you an idea, a crying baby is normally about 110, and it'll go 100, it's supposed to go 1,250 feet for where they can hear the loud noise. For the birdie, it is a slimmer profile option. Again, you'll pull here. Now this one does require you to turn on. So right now it's off, push it up, and now you can turn the alarm on. However, the alarm portion does not need to be on for the light. Watch your eyes. But for this one, you do have to push it down and hold it down. Once you take your finger off, the light will go off. Unlike the Saber where you can change the batteries, this one is chargeable. It takes a USB and it comes with the USB cord. So that was nice. Now this one does look more fashionable, more like an accessory. Again, you'd pull up here. Again, I'm not going to display because a kid, but since it's off, pull it, and then the sound will go off. Again, it doesn't completely disengage, which I like, because you can just tug it while it's still on your person and not worry about losing the item. Again, it is more like an accessory looking, so not as obvious to people around. Now, what I will say is if you're somewhere that is crowded, right, find yourself at a basketball game, maybe the club, date night, then pulling something like this isn't going to be as beneficial because it'll likely get drowned out. And here's the speaker. So again, mindful of your placement, hand placement, because you don't want to muffle that sound. So I think these are great options if you're going to use them in tandem with something else. So like if you're using a pepper spray with it, because how many times have we seen videos of people seeing a situation that occurs, and instead of helping, the person either records the video or they leave, right? So some options, again, you have personal alarms, different types of pepper sprays, pepper gels, items that you can use to help defend you and your children. And yeah, so if you like this video or have other things you want me to cover, just let me know. Again, this isn't sponsored, so I used my own money to get these things to review for you all, and as well for myself. I'll put some of these around the house in safe places that we can get to in case I can't get to my firearm. So there's that, and these are also easy for the kids. I have a son, so he's older than my toddler. So in that case, he can easily just push this up and get to the perpetrator in case I'm not able to or capacitated. So yeah, thanks for watching.